What up, y'all? It is Thursty Thursday. It's time for our weekly romance reading with the Romance Angels Oracle deck. I am broadcasting from Le Forest, from Le Wood. Yeah, I'm on a nice little bench. I've been burning frankincense today because for some reason the woods were just like, I don't know, they wanted frankincense. So I brought frankincense sticks with me and I've been burning them along my journey. So I think it's been a nice way to celebrate the coming of spring. Just by having something burning, to honor fire and then this fresh spring air coming in. I remember reading in one of the Gnostics at some point, maybe it was the Jesus with the Essenes, maybe. He was talking about connecting with the angel of fire, as in Michael, but like through the sun and letting that cleanse you through the light of the sun. And he was talking about going out in the forest and connecting to the angel of air, Raphael, and letting the angel of air bathe you, and connecting with the angel of water and letting the water bathe and cleanse you as well. So I've been doing that today, and I felt that the angels and the trees were wanting some frankincense, so I brought them out. Yeah, so I did get a comment and a question from someone who was just like, oh my gosh, like these waves of emotion, like everything has been like so intense, and some good, some bad, and everything in between. And yeah, I don't know if you've watched any of my other videos or if that's like the only one that you'd seen, but and maybe even go back and watch that one again, because yes, there's a lot going on right now cosmically and astrologically that would make you feel like you're coming to a crescendo. In my recent new moon workshop, in the new moon in Aries workshop, go back and watch that. It's like good energy for the whole month. We talked about the culmination of all the astrological movements and alignments going on right now, so I won't go into too much depth about it. But Capricorn moved into, or like Saturn moved into Pisces, I think. It has something to do with the connection of Pisces and Capricorn now, whereas it was in Aquarius. And so what has been like strict and rigid and disciplinary approach to life, like for the past like 8 years probably, or since like 2008, I think is when it entered the sign that it had just left. Like all of the experiences that you've been going through since 2008, like that whole cycle has just come to a crescendo. And so that major planet just moved into Pisces, which is so much more emotional, so much more watery, so much more going into the depths. And we just culminated the end of the lunar year of 2022 with our Pisces season. And so that was taking us through the depths and just going in and getting all that leftover emotional residue from the past up and away, just so we can, move forward with this new beginning. For the last year or so, it was like the theme for me that was coming through in the messages was that 2022 was all about like letting the towers crash and letting systems crumble that were no longer resonant or in alignment, and letting the changes be made that needed to, making those major life changes to clear the slate, clean the ground for a new foundation, laying those foundations, and then accumulating our materials and resources and wherewithal and embodying all that experience to move forward. Because as we shifted into this new lunar year, we were shifting also into almost like this major new timeline in our, like the whole human experience for everyone moving forward, where if you've been doing the work and if you're making conscious choices to keep moving forward and keep growing and doing the transformation, then you can really move forward and almost hop into a new version of your life, where things start playing out differently because your consciousness is different, because your heart has been healing, and because, you know, you're moving up in a level where the rules of the game are presenting to you in a different way. You know, you've been doing the work to transform on the inside, and so it is beginning to like take shape this year on the outside. This year is about building infrastructure. You know, we were trying to find those sound systems and processes for ourselves and habits and structures so that we can implement them this year and actually start to see the fruits of our labor. It's more like fine tune and then rinse and repeat rather than major change. As long as you've been doing the work, right? I mean, I think that most of the people who are with me by now have probably been doing a lot of that already within their lives, or, you know, alongside me in my posts and on this channel and stuff like that. So yes, you're not alone if things are coming to a crescendo for you emotionally and you're feeling all the feelings, because it's all just washing through. Last night, you know, we were talking about the archetype of the river. You know, it's all washing through. And so really beautiful memories that you're appreciative of alongside painful ones that you're ready to let go of and move on from are coming up so that they can wash through and move forward, and so that you can move forward into a new beginning, unencumbered by the past. Earlier in the month, Venus moved into Jupiter, was conjunct with Venus, which would expand your destiny and potential for good fortune and abundance and money and love. Love and money and security are all connected. They're all kind of ruled in that Venus category. And so Jupiter connecting with those is very heart expanding. When our heart is open, we're open to receiving love, joy, abundance, appreciating like those things coming in and being a magnet for more. But when our heart is broken and it's shut down and closed off, you know, we close ourselves off to receiving and giving, right? We're a channel both ways, giving and receiving. So if there's a block one way, there's going to be a block the other. So as we've been healing, you know, Venus came into, you know, connection with Jupiter, and all of a sudden it's started, you know, set us up for this very heart expanding situation, which also echoes into our physical world as expanding our opportunity and potential for new cycles of love and opportunity and abundance and good fortune and, you know, luck and being in the right place at the right time, you know, where preparedness meets opportunity that way. So those things, that having that heart awakening, and heart chakra was one of our cards this week, which I did point out yesterday, and as well as sacral chakra. And so all of that is going to open up so much emotion for those two chakras to be communicating to one another. You know, you hold so much guilt and shame, especially around sex and people judging you and things around that area, because it's down here with your reproductive organs. That's also where your creativity and imagination are. So if you're blocked in those areas, it can stunt those the ability to channel your ideas like that. So right now the heart and the sacral chakra are connected and they're talking. And so the heart and they're doing their thing to try to work with each other to heal together. And so they're working to help. The heart is like looking deeper with you as you're exploring those things coming up from the subconscious there, so that you can heal it and move forward and forgive and wash it out of your life so it's not affecting you anymore. It's not holding you back. But yeah, all of that coming to a culmination. Also, Pluto is moving into Aquarius out of Capricorn. And so a lot of that has been something that's affected us for a while, and that's going to be very like culminating. All of these things have just happened and they've been coming for a while. So there's just been a lot of energy behind it. Also, there's been a lot of energy with Aries, like just like the Aries energy starting for the Aries season, the Aries new moon, springtime. It's just like, oh, that spark of like everything, all that pressure pushing through and like sparking that energy that like is like the starting gun in the race of the year, kind of. So don't feel weird if everything's been coming up. Just let it be processed, let it come through your awareness, but don't get lost and seduced into the stories again for it to break your heart all over. Just be willing to, let Holy Spirit work on you to have a different perception. Just say, I'm willing to see this differently, is what Gabby Bernstein teaches in May Calls Miracles, which is a great book to read. It's a 40-day process. It's really easy. It's basically things to stay aware of and journal entries every day, and it's absolutely life-changing. I read that book I think 4 times in 1 year. I just did it quarterly, and it really did make all the difference in the world. So without further ado, I think that's all I wanted to say about the astrology. I love that like these 2 dudes are walking up behind me. Could be missing out on a grand opportunity here. I could give them a reading. So our first card, as we're going into this new start and these new cycles and opportunities, I hope y'all just didn't see down my romper. We got release your ex. So we have to be willing to give all of this emotional baggage up from the past so that it's not informing everything that's happening going forward. If you want a different experience, you have to anticipate different experiences. You have to be willing to see things differently. You can't be going on the way everything went down before. And so if you're carrying all of that baggage from the past that we were talking about releasing, like you can't ignore it. And you can't push it down. It needs to come up, but you need to like let it move forward and release it instead of holding on to it, because it's going to keep you frozen. And I think that we talked about that in the new moon workshop, and we talked about the fact that Lot's wife turned into salt because she looked back and she was frozen. And so release your ex. Not only is maybe you're over that person emotionally, but you also need to let go of the things that they said and did that hurt you, because it may not be that way next time, but if you're looking over your shoulder waiting for it to be next time, it's going to turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Either that or their energy is still going to be like hanging around you, and potential options may not come forward because they don't know why, but they sense something is there that is a block to them. Okay, next we got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it could be, we had a lot of cards come up in the new moon workshop about soulmate relationships and possible meetings of new people. We've had Ace of Cups come up recently, and just all kinds of indications that there's a really like high potential to like meet a new romantic option. This may happen around holiday time. We're coming up on, I think Passover is the 5th. The full moon, I think, is the 6th after that. And then Easter is sometime coming up soon. So just be aware that this may be in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, enjoy a period of fun. If you meet someone, maybe it's all, I don't know, maybe it's all been destined in the stars. Who knows what it will lead to, but don't overthink it, right? Because also in our new moon workshop, that was one of the continuing themes that came up. It was just like, let things unfold naturally. Don't overthink it. Just have fun, right? So just have fun and go with it. Don't be too worried about, oh, is it worth the risk? Oh, is this the right or wrong? Just go with it. Have fun, right? It's not gonna kill you. That which does not kill us makes us stronger, better at relationships. Okay, and then we got flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So yeah, put yourself out there. If you have like a hottie patati got your eye on, we've been like holding back to not start something when it wasn't an ideal time, right? There was eclipse season, and then there was this like all of this like emotional upheaval going on through the first part of this year. The energy just wasn't right to move forward, but now it is. The races are off. Like you're off to the races. So arrivederci or whatever. But yeah, like go out there, have fun, extend your lighthearted energy to others, putting your flirtatious energy out there, not only at people, but just like in general. It just lets the universe, it lets the universe know that you're open to receiving that and engaging with people that it sends your way. So yeah, don't be like obsessively on your phone or like buried in something all the time. You know, be up paying attention and looking around, because you never know when you might miss something or a little signal, right? I mean, maybe the universe is even flirting with you a little bit with some little signs and synchronicities. So be on the lookout. You never know. It's Easter season, so maybe you're on like a little cosmic Easter egg hunt. And then forgiving and learning, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So yeah, back to the whole release your ex thing, even tying into like forgiving your parents. Like I know we've been doing a lot of healing work with the mother and father over the past year, and I know I've had certain things that I've struggled with recently, and you know, even down to today and yesterday, just trying to figure out how to meet the moment. And I don't know. I'm just trying to think about how to move forward in a way that creates unity and harmony and healing, and not more upset and you know, separation or whatnot. And you know, it's weird. You know, I've always wanted, you know, good relationships with them. It's just, I don't know. It's just karmic ties and tikkun contracts, you know, that you agree on before you come here. You know, our family, some of the members in our family are meant to trigger each other, and a lot of us starseeds are very triggering for the people around us. So it is what it is. It's our lot. It's our assignment. But yeah, so forgive your parents. The more you forgive them, the more you can heal your inner child, and the more you can attract healthier relationships. And forgive your exes and let them off the hook and get their energy out of your heart and get that pain gone, so you can have fun and enjoy all the new things coming in, and really set yourself up for like a new start and a new life and a new experience. All right, y'all. Well, I am going to go home and maybe plant my veggie seeds for the spring and my flower seeds, and make spaghetti from scratch tonight, like the spaghetti sauce, and maybe take a bath later. I don't know, but I'll see y'all later. Ciao.